Welcome to class once again, guys. In continuation of the lesson we started in the last period, the League of Nations, we shall be looking at the success and the failure of the League of Nations in 1920s. But before we go into that, I want us to look at the recap of our previous lesson. Now, I made it to understand in our previous lesson that the League of Nations came as a result of the First World War. Now, Woodrow Wilson was looking for a situation whereby war will not occur again. Was looking for a situation whereby countries of the world could come together and resolve their disputes, their differences in an organization. And that actually gave birth to the League of Nations. Now, we also examined the aims and objectives of the League of Nations, and we looked at the organs of the League of Nations. We looked at the Council, we looked at the Assembly, we also looked at the commissions under the League of Nations. Today we want to look at the success and the failure of the League of Nations in 1920s. So we shall be looking at the following objectives. Number one, we want to evaluate the success of the League of Nations in 1920s. And number two, we want to analyze the failure of League of Nations in the 1920s. Let's go into the lesson. All right. The first success of the League of Nations happened in 1921 under the case of what? Upper Sicilia. Now, that was the first case where the League of Nations was put to test. We can see that the Upper Sicilia was a border between Poland and Germany. Poles and the Germans lived there. The area also contained valuable steel industry. Germany and Poland wanted to control the area. The two countries wanted to control the area. Now, the League of Nations promised what? A precedent that. Now, British and French troops kept order during this voting. Now, there was a voting, we call that a referendum. Now, people had to decide either yes or no to stay, either maybe to stay with Germany or to stay with Poland. So, at the end of the day, the League of Nations was able to achieve something tangible. The League of Nations made sure that the division did not disrupt railway lines, power supply, or other facility. Germany and Poland both accepted the League of Nations decision. This was a success for the League of Nations. Let's look at another success. Now, another success was the case study number 4, which was under Bulgaria of 1925. Bulgaria of 1925. So we are not going to go into details. We shall be looking at the details in our Google Classroom. Let's quickly go to the failure of the League of Nations. Now, there are two other failures of the League of Nations. The first one had to do with the test in 1920. In 1920. Also, we also look at Kung Fu in 1923. Now, we look at it. Vienna was the capital of Lithuania, one of the new states created by the peace treaty after the war. The Treaty of 1990 created a new state. And that state was called what? Lithuania. And the League of Nation was put to test here, but the League of Nations failed. How did they fail? Now, they failed because they wanted a situation by the keep friendship of what between Britain and France. Also, the League of Nations also failed in Kung Fu in 1923. So these two cases were cases where the League of Nations failed in 1923. We shall be looking at the details of the failure and success of the League of Nations in our Google Classroom. See you there. God bless you.